What's up, guys? We are here in the final part 4 of this Saints season schedule breakdown. Part 4, can we get to the 10 wins that I think are requisite for us to make the postseason? We got 5 left on the schedule, and 3 of them are divisional opponents. Let's get into it. Right now, I have us sitting at 8-4 going into the final stretch, so we just need to get 2 more, and Week 14 is a great opportunity. Home game in the Dome against division opponent, the Panthers. We talked about them in the first matchup that happens Week 2. This is a team that is not super effective at passing. They have a marginal to middle of the pack defense, and they're going to be grooming Bryce Young. So they probably are going to play him starting Week 1. Hopefully he stays healthy all season. But I just don't think that he'll have gotten through all the growing pains. I don't see them winning a road game. This is an easy kind of quick win. The only way that this is not is if they just get a little too beaten up after the Lions. But I don't see us losing 2 in a row. I have this as a win. Brings us to Week 15, another home game in the Dome against the Giants. Giants were 9-7, made the postseason last year. Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley. They drafted Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee to go along with Darius Slayton, and they added Darren Waller at the tight end position to kind of bolster that offensive weapon suite that they have. This one worries me. The Giants have kind of had our number, even in the Dome. Again, we have trouble with mobile quarterbacks. Daniel Jones is not necessarily mobile in the sense of he's going to break the game open, but he does do things to get off schedule. He does get out of the pocket. He can convert with his legs. They've improved offensive weapons. Now, the good news is that they do have a tough schedule, and they will be on a short week. But before the short week, they have a bye. So they'll have a bye 2 weeks prior to this, and the week leading up, they do play a Monday night game. But it's against Green Bay, and I don't think Green Bay is very good. So I don't know that that's going to be as good of a boon for a short week as expected. I have this as a loss. I don't like it. I hope it doesn't happen. But if it's going to happen, rather it not be a divisional opponent. And it doesn't hurt us too much if we take care of business going forward. And by that, I mean Week 16, Rams away. Rams were 5-12 last year. They sold their souls for the title a few years ago. They've not really been able to recover. They don't have draft picks. They don't have real flexibility to improve the roster. They had a very heavy defensive draft. A lot of defensive players that, who knows, maybe they can plug and play and make that unit really good again around Aaron Donald. Stafford should be back and healthy as far as we know. And Cooper Kupp is Cooper Kupp. I still have their team trajectory as down. I don't think that they're going to be relevant. And on top of that, by this point in the season, the Rams will likely be out of contention in their own division. And so not having much to play for, I have this as a win. That brings us to Week 17 on the road, divisional rival Tampa. We talked about Tampa in one of the earlier, I believe, the part 1 in the Week 4 matchup. This is a Baker Mayfield-led team, and I don't care how much they decide that they want to shoot off cannons in their Disney World goofy park. I don't think they're that good. I think that the best thing that they have going for them is their pass rush. And again, if we are going to integrate some of this West Coast style offense that Derek Carr has been working in basically since before college, I think by this point in the year, we'll be good enough at it. And I think we'll be able to abuse them and their secondary. Assuming Mike Thomas, Chris Olave, Shaheed all stay healthy and Kamara's going, I just don't think that they'll have anything to keep up. I have this as a win. And that takes us into Week 18. And we're there. right? That's a 5-0 start against the division. Obviously, pretty lofty expectations, but I don't think it's impossible with how bad the division is and how little continuity some of the teams have had. I do think we have the best quarterback in the division. And yeah, that puts us on 11 wins. So there we do. There we go. We got to 10. Week 18, we got the Falcons at home. With the division wrapped and us, 5-0 in it and into the playoffs, I actually think we might lose this game because we're just not starting anyone. I don't really know what to do with this game, but it is the type of game that we would lose. But if we have the playoffs wrapped up, we have the division wrapped up, not too big of a deal. It would hurt because I do realize, having gone through all of this, that I do have actually a pretty tough home record for us. But by this point, I'll trade losses in the dome for playoff games any day of the week. So I do have this as a loss. That means the last 5 weeks, I have us going 3-2, and that gets us to 11-6. That means that we are division winners, and it means that we possibly will host a playoff game, and it means that we are 11-6, and we are no longer just floundering in the division in mediocrity. It means we're dangerous. It means Derek Carr has proven something. It means that Pete Carmichael and this coaching staff has proved something to us. Dennis Allen proving that he can actually be the guy at the helm. So yeah, we got to 10. In fact, we got to 11 wins. I think this Saints team has a very good chance of winning the division, making the playoffs. Let's see. No reason that we can't start the season with optimism. So who dat? We'll see you when the season